Hello folks, my name is Doug Pinkham. I am a divorce attorney in Southern California. With Pinkham and Associates, we are dedicated to practicing exclusively divorce and family law. This video is about the FL-195. It is the income withholding for support order. So if you've been to court and you got an order for child support or spousal support and now you want to send this off to the employer to collect this money from the other party, this is the form you're going to need. Now, it's a little bit technical, so I suggest you get a little personal legal advice within your county, local legal advice, but this should get you started. Okay, again, this is form number FL-195. Some of you can see the form as I'm working on it. Others of you cannot. But I want you to download the form, pause the video, download the form, and then have the form in front of you so you can fill it out as we go along. So I'm now going to presume that you've done that, and I'm going to go on with the form. Okay, FL-195, income withholding for support. First, we're going to start at the top. Top of the form has a box for income withholding order notice for support. That is likely the box you're going to be marking unless you're amending this petition or amending this document and sending in another one. It's very likely not a one-time order, so you're not going to mark that. And this is if you're asking for support, you're not terminating the income for withholding. So that's the top box. This is what you're going to mark. You're going to put the date in there off to the right. You're going to slide down. Now, they're asking if you are either the Department of Child Support Services Agency. You are not. You're also not the court, and you're not an attorney. You're going to mark private individual entity off to the right. Now we're moving on. The next box, it asks for, or the next section asks for the state, tribe, or territory. You're going to put California in there. It's going to ask for a remittance ID. You're not going to need that. County, so whatever county you live in or whatever county this is filed in, whatever county your order was from, that's the county you're going to mark in there. Order ID, you're not going to need that. Private individual entity, you can put your name in there. Okay. And then off to the right, you're going to put your case number in there from the courthouse. All right. Then next box down is all about the employer's information and the employee. So in the top, you're going to put the name of the business. I just put Jones Hardware in here. You guys can't see it, but in here, just whatever the name of the business is. Off to the right, you're putting the employee's name that is going to be paying the support. The employee's name that Jones Hardware is going to be taking money out of their check to pay you. So whoever that employee is, they're also known as the obligor. So you're going to put their last, I actually have this backward. It specifically asks for the last name first and middle initial and, last name, first name, middle initial. So put that in there. Then you're going to put in the business's address in the box below their name. Then you're going to put the date of birth of the obligor, the employee, off to the right where it asks for that. And underneath that, you're going to put the obligee's name. So that's the person that is going to be receiving the money. So let's put Jane R. That's who's going to be receiving the money. Then you put the children's name. Again, it asks for last, Doe, and the child's name is Dolly. Dolly Doe. And her birth date is off to the right. Going to fill that in. Then it asks for, this document is based on the support order from what state or tribe. It's asking for California. So you're going to put that in there. Then the next set of boxes is you're only going to fill in the ones that apply. If you got a child support order, and in this one I have examples. Let's say, for example, there have been orders for child support in the past, so they owe back child support. And let's say there have been orders for spousal support, and they owe back spousal support. And as part of your court order, the court ordered them to pay $100 a month for back child support and an additional $100 a month for back spousal support. Then this might be how your form looks. So I've got $579 per month on this form as current child support. So under current child support, put the amount of current child support that they are supposed to be paying, and then put per month on the right-hand side. Then the next one, like I said, and those of you that can see this form can see that I put $100 a month for past due child support. And it asks arrears greater than 12 weeks. I'm going to say, and if it is, if they owe you more than 12 weeks worth of payments, so 3 months worth-ish, then you're going to put yes. If it's less than 12 weeks worth, you're going to put no. On mine, I'm going to put yes. All right, then I don't have anything in here for current cash medical support. I don't have anything in here for past due cash medical support. That might be if you got an order because you paid $2,000 or $3,000 worth of medical costs, and now the other side owes their half of that, and the judge orders it. That would go here. Under current spousal support, I just used an example of $755 a month. And then under past due spousal support, again, we got that order for $100 a month for arrears in my example. So I put $100 a month there. If you add all of that up, that comes down to $1,534 a month. And I put that total in the total amount to withhold, $1,534 per month. Now, the next section is a little bit tricky. It asks, how much is the employer supposed to withhold per week, per biweekly pay period every 2 weeks, semi-monthly, that means first and the 15th or the 5th and the 20th, that kind of thing, or per month. Obviously, the per month is easy. We know the total, it's $1,534 per month. If you want to figure out semi-monthly, that's real easy. Take the $1,534 and divide it by 2. That number would go in the semi-monthly pay period. To figure out the other two, you need to do a little math. So take the $1,534, and to figure out what you need per bi-weekly pay period, take the $1,534 per month, multiply that times 12 so you get a yearly amount. Just for simplicity's sake, I might as well run it with you. So 1544, is it 34? 1534 times 12 gives us 18,408 per year. To determine how much that is for every bi-weekly, then you need to divide this number by 26, because that's how many bi-weekly periods there are in a year. I had 713 on here. It is actually 708. So then to figure out what it is per week, real easy, you could just divide that by 2, 354. But if you're figuring it out on your own, you can take that yearly amount again. So let's say it's $1,534 per month times 12 equals, and then divide by 52. 52 weeks in the year, and that comes out to 354. That's how you figure out how to fill in those boxes. They need to be filled out correctly. If you're telling the boss at this company to collect the wrong number, you can get your hand slapped later. All right, next page, page 2. Again, at the top, you're going to put the employer's name. We had Jones Hardware. And you're not likely to know their FEIN number, so skip over that. Then you've got the obligor's name, the employee's name. That's the person that's paying the support. If you know their social security number, that's great. Put it off to the right where it's requested. Case identifier, you're not going to need their order identifier. You're not going to need that. All right, remittance information. And this is information that you're providing to the employer about how they're supposed to send your payment, your support. All right, so if the employee, obligor's principal place of employment is California, that's what they're asking for there, the state or tribe, is in California, you must begin to withhold no later than pay period occurring 15 days after the date of, and whatever date you are sending this in. So if you're sending it in on whatever date, whatever date you're sending it in, you put that in there. And then 15 business days for the pay date. If you cannot withhold the full amount of the support orders, you can withhold, or you shall withhold. Now, this is different. It might be 25% and it might be 50%, depending upon what they are collecting. So you need to get some private advice on that. I'm not going to tell you whether it's 25 or 50%. You need to Google it. You need to call an attorney. You need to figure that one out. That's important, because if you tell the employer to collect more than they're supposed to, again, you're going to get hand slapped later. That could be a problem. If the obligor is non-employee, obtain withholding limits from supplemental information. If the employee, obligor, principal place of employment is not California, then it provides other information for the employer that you don't have to figure out. Okay, so that's it for that section. Include the remittance ID. You don't have one. That's a government thing. So just leave that next box empty. Remit payment to, and it's telling them to send the payment to the state of California distribution unit. It's where they collect child support and then they send it out to you. It's how it's always done. Return to sender. I'm looking at this. I don't mark this. If payment is not directed to SEDU, that's the state disbursement unit, or this income withholding is not regular on its face, you must check this box and return. Okay, so that's a box that the employer is going to check. That's why we don't mark it. That's a box, you're not going to mark that. So that's a box the employer is going to mark if there's some problem with this order. So make sure you do it correctly. All right, then what you're going to do is you're going to fill it out to this point, then you're going to send it to the court where you filed all your paperwork. The judge is going, well, typically the judge's clerk is going to review this order, make sure it's correct. Then the judge is going to sign it, and the judge's name is going to be put in there. Title, it's either a judge, commissioner, whatever it is, and then it's going to be signed by the judge and sent back to you. Then they're going to mark this box. You need to send this to the employer. Then you're going to get this order back from the court. Once you get it back from the court, then you send it to the employer. And then the employer has 15 days, or the next, in California, they need to start collecting from the next full pay period. And send it to you. So moving on, page 3. Again, your information at the top, as we did on the page prior. There's nothing to write on this page. There's a couple of big boxes there, but you don't need to put anything in there. And supplemental information, you don't need to put anything in there. And then the last page, this is information. Okay, you need to fill in the top, just like you have on the top of all the other pages. The rest of this page is filled out by the employer if the employee no longer works there or there's some other issue. Otherwise, they're going to start implementing this order and you will start receiving your monies. I would suspect that you should expect to wait about a month, because remember, the employer's got to get this, wait till the next full pay period, start collecting. Then after that pay period's done, they're going to send this money to the state disbursement unit. And once it gets to the state of California is going to sit on it for a week before they send it to you. That's just the way it works. All right, folks, that is the income withholding for support order in California. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you very much.